Hello, welcome back to Monster Train. In today's episode, it is 1:48 a.m. I am back from vacation. It is forever going to be strange to me that uh, I have not done an episode of Monster Train in like 8 or 9 days, but for you, the content has been flowing. It is crazy how it works. How you doing? How's it going? I'm doing fine. I mean, it's for the first. This is the first piece of content I have created in over a week. I was gone on vacation. If you did not hear, I'm sure you did. If you watched Monster Train, you heard me talk about it. But I am back from my vacation. If you watch a lot of my stuff, you will probably hear me say this a lot of times over the next like few days. But this vacation felt very different because normally when I went to my grandmother's for her birthday. She had her 90th birthday. Big, exciting, great, cool. I feel like normally I'm like sitting there and I'm thinking about content or I'm thinking about some other stuff. I'm waiting, right? Because I can't do anything while I'm there. I don't take my PC. I feel like I was asleep for the last week. I do not feel like it happened. It's very strange. But like I just did a lot of driving my grandmother around and I did a lot of uh eating. We ate out a lot. It was all really bad. Except for one place, but I'll get into it later. But yeah, I could probably spend like 10 or 15 minutes just going here. So I'm gonna cut myself off. I hope that you have been well. I've probably said it in every episode up until now, and I will continue to say it. But like it's with a little more emphasis because I have been gone from my perspective for 10 days. 10 days? No, like 7. Time is an illusion. I'll talk about what I did a little bit while if the first combat it permits it. But I have to ask you a question. This hasn't been a comment question in a while. I was glad to see that everyone liked the Alpha Fiend Strongest Soldier video because I felt like that was probably the best piece of Monster Train I've recorded in a while. If you didn't watch that, you should go watch that one. All right, let me ask you a question. Let's get rolling here. I didn't really have one prepared, so I'm gonna think about what I did on my vacation and hit you with one. I mean, it's got to be a food-related question, right? I don't really know though. Like I ate a lot of food while I was out. Oh, you know what I want to talk about? Oh, okay, I know what I want to talk about for this intro. I tried a new food. I tried a few new foods while I was out, but my grandmother lives in Pennsylvania, and I was in the like I want to say Pacific Northwest, but that is like factually incorrect. I was in the Northeast, and a regional food that I ate up there is called scrapple. And if you've never heard of it, uh, bless up. It basically, I will describe this, but I want to warn you that it may be if you are a little squeamish of this sort of thing, it is maybe gross. But I mean, it's not that gross. It's called that because it's like scraps of pork that they didn't use in the butchering process to make like pork loin or whatever. It's that they then process. It's basically a chicken nugget but for pork. And I ate that and I did not like it very much. It's like it's mixed with cornmeal and such, but I would not highly recommend it. However, I wanted to ask, and I think I've asked this before probably, but are there any, well, what's a regional food, I guess, that you tried and went, ooh, I don't like this? Because that's something that I cannot get here where I live. Scrapple does not exist here, and I will not be going out of my way to find it. You let me know. Maybe you had something that you had hyped up for you that you thought was real bad. I'm not sure. Anyway, let's roll. I will stop talking. I mean, I will continue talking is the whole point of the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Let's begin. Awoken Exile melting. Double barrel failure chased. Ugh. Wildwood sap, molten encasement, preserved thorns. I was looking at this and I was like, man, Wildwood sap, default awoken. Did someone say thorned hollow? But it's the loser. Never mind. Oh, while I was gone on vacation as well, we did pass 4,000 subscribers. Hey, shout outs, everyone. Monster Train has been growing lately. Love to see it if you're new to the channel. Hell yeah, brother. Welcome aboard. Good to see you. I'll play Cultivating today. That sounds fine. If you're not new to the channel, hell yeah, brother. Good to see you. I mean, it's cool to see 4,000. I hit 3,000 a little while back, and I was like, damn, that's a lot. And now here we are. You know, It's been a while, and when I come back to this game after a while, I tend to just do bad things, and I'm going to not take this trial because that is a bad thing. This is definitely play bottom floor though, because I will just beat the boss with regen. I will absolutely just kill the boss here. Now, sadly, the rest of my units are pretty much worthless, but I slap enough regen down, and you know, you're gonna say, and you may be correct in saying, that perhaps I should have taken the Sting Relic because I started with Preserve Thorns. However, I didn't want to, really. Yeah, I mean, regen just kills this fight. No problem. No problem. This is a position where I should have just taken the X because maybe the losing the Cultivate could have been bad on the Sentient. I should have just taken the W. It doesn't matter. It does not matter too much here. I'm good with a Glimmer. And, I mean, it's a little early to pick Crushing Demise, but at the same time, am I going to play a Burnout based line? Well, hopefully not. I'm probably just going to play, like, Animus of Will if I were to make my choice. Or Shattered Shell. So, I mean, either one of those Crushing Demise is going to help. Just, it's like a little less if it's Shattered Shell, but, you know, it's fine. Card's good. Well, you know what? Maybe I'm not playing it. You gotta go for a unit here. We just pray it's not like Lady of the House, Paraffin Enforcer. That would be rough. Paraffin Enforcer, Paraffin Thug. In this position, I am not, well, you know, I could play a Burnout line here, actually. I should have thought about this a little bit more. In hindsight as well, and I picked the Relic, I believe I picked the Relic before I picked the Champion. I believe that is how I tend to play it. I should not have taken Ember in hindsight because it counteracts Sentient. Absolutely. It would have been better to take the damage on Thorns. It's a pretty minor difference, to be honest with you. Either way, I'm going to pick Paraffin Enforcer because Paraffin Enforcer infused onto Husk Hermit is good. And there is still time to play Burnout here. Should be fine, should be fine. Should be fine. I would like a unit draft, yeah. So I promised I'd tell you a little bit about what I did on my vacation. I will tell you a little bit during this if you're interested. If you're not, you can always mute the video, I suppose. But, you know. But either way. So I went on this vacation and... yeah, we can probably... There's no downside to crushing mid-floor. Well. Well, never mind. But I went on this vacation because it was my grandmother's 90th birthday. I go on 2 of these per year, typically. And I wanna have you have this discussion with me. Not even really a discussion, but I have to keep thinking. I think that this trial is going to do a lot of damage to me. I also think that if I don't play Wildwood Sap, I'm probably just gonna lose. So I have to take 18 here. And yeah, I might be dead. That's the problem. The draw is gonna be a little bit tricky here. Tricky. So, you may look at this and think that I am dead. However, there is a line that actually kills both of these units here. Do you see it? I will give you a moment to see if you can solve it. I believe I see it as well. Obviously, I mean, the tools are here. Not too hard to see, I suppose. You play Sting, and then you put a Molten Encasement back here. He gets 1 hit from the Cultivate, which lets him kill the Foot Soldier. Yeah, I mean, if I didn't draw exactly like that, I would have been okay. It would have just been a little worse. Now, hopefully we draw a Glimmer, and I do want this regen. It doesn't hurt. Yeah, I mean, I didn't really have a whole lot else to do. To tell you, I should say. I spent most of my time taking my grandmother around because we had a big luncheon for her birthday, and yeah, I drew Glimmer. It's good. If I didn't draw Glimmer, it's, you know, not as good. But you just play Crushing Demise and pray. Yeah, a lot of my time was just because she can't drive, so I was mostly just driving her around to be like, hey, let's get ready for the big day. And then the big day happened, and then I went home. I think I take another Glimmer here. Yeah, I mean, it's gotta be hollow drippings here. There's no way you can play Giraffe in this position. If you put it on Paraffin Enforcer, you have no burnout, you gotta play around Primitive Mold. It has to be hollow drippings here. And then it's like, yeah, it's Husk Hermit, and it's Infuse on the Husk Hermit, and it's fine multi-strike and duplicate that and take space, and etc. Yeah. I have to figure out how I don't die in Daedalus, though, because Daedalus is going to pose a real challenge here. Probably to go look for it. No, you know how I beat Daedalus here? I probably beat Daedalus by taking Right Path and duplicating Wildwood Sap to give me 15 regen. That should win Relentless. The artifact is pretty variable. This is more concrete. Yeah, I'm gonna play Husk Hermit here. As long as we see multi-strike, it scales fine. And let's go take a walk. Vapor Funnel, it's not that good. I was gonna say it helps a lot here, but with Husk Hermit now in the mix, feels like Vapor Funnel is less important. Votive Key is probably the way to go then, because it lets me bring back the Sentient should she die, which I could see happening. Yeah, I think it's Votive Key. I could also see Votive Key becoming annoying, but... before I duplicate this, let us check the event. Just to be safe. Ah, yeah, I will take 5 pack shards to heal 10 here. That's probably worthwhile. I think so. And then I will duplicate this. Yeah, I don't really have a whole lot to tell you, I guess, about my vacation. I didn't have access to play any video games. The laptop I took was not powerful enough to run anything. So I worked on my website for most of my time, which was also fine. I got a lot done and the problem solving was fun. But, you know. Yeah, I'm gonna play top 4. I think it's fine to disregard the Endless here. Yeah, I'm gonna put Crushing Demise down, and then we're gonna play like... You know what I could have done? I could have played... Yeah. This wasn't technically best, I don't think. It's fine. It's fine. I thought about playing that a lot of different ways. Letting the bomb hit the Sentient was an idea, but... No, I think this is fine. Now, I do actually want to let these hits happen that are coming up. As long as the Sentient doesn't die, I want that to happen. Did that look strange to you? Hang on, I'm thinking about that now. Shouldn't one of those cultivates gone to Husk Hermit? Not both, but I think one of those should have gone to Husk Hermit there. I'm pretty sure, because she takes the hit and she should go to 31 of... She should go to 31 of 30, or 31 of 41, right? Well, I guess it should be 30 of 40. You know, no, that makes sense. That made sense. Never mind. I take it back. That was completely logical. I am the wrong one here. No, I agree now. That did make sense. Okay, never mind. It's been a while. It has been a few days since I last played the train. Now, on the bright side here, the Forged Disciples do not pose a threat. On the downside, I'm pretty sure Dado has bombed top 4 like 5 times here, which is unbelievable. And not very good for me, because I would have gotten a lot of regen here. But now, I do not. Yeah, I mean, that sucks. There's no way about it. That's not ideal. Reserve Thorns next turn. I guess what I could do... it's just like, I don't do any damage here is the problem. And I think that the solution is actually going to be a little bit more interesting here than perhaps it initially seems. I think that the solution to this fight is probably to play Paraffin Enforcer and just hit him with a Burnout extension here. This is where the Votive Key actually gets to go nuts, because I get to play Sentient on multiple floors to win this fight now. And Paraffin Enforcer is going to do a pretty good job here, and then follow the Sentient up. It's a weird one though. It is a really, really strange position we find. But I think it works out. Because he generates a decent amount of burnout, or not a burnout, but rage for himself, and then burns out. And then we get to play it again. Now this time he's not going to have as much, but we just keep letting the Sentient scale. This is basically entirely why I picked Votive Key, is because I was pretty sure that without Votive Key I would not have the numbers to kill this boss. But it's a lot of cultivating and we get away with it. This unit, not very good here. However, the Sentient does great. Very cool. I feel very smart for surviving that. Ah yeah, we play Hallowed Halls. I was thinking like, man, this gets a little bit tricky here, I feel like. It does actually get a little tricky with Votive Key now that I think about it, Hallowed Halls. It's like, okay. The problem is, if you play Hallowed Halls, you can play 3 Husk Hermits, and 3 Husk Hermits, if they have multi-strike, are gonna go nuts. If they don't, so what you have to ask yourself here, I guess, let me flesh out this thought process a little bit. If I get multi-strike in the next shop, I think that every line that is laid before me wins. So what you want to do here is you want to think about this from the perspective of, what if I don't see multi-strike? How does Hallowed Halls fare if I do not get multi-strike? And I think the answer is like, alright. But I think that without multi-strike, the rage scaling is more important. So I should play no Hallowed Halls. Wildwood Tome is not great. I personally have a vendetta against Channel Song. Channel Song, when we were in high school together, it pushed me down a flight of stairs, and I have never forgiven Channel Song for doing that. So, as a result, I will not be picking it here today. Here's the other question. The other question here is, am I meant to take space? And I think the answer is no, because if I take space, in order for it to feel correct, I need to go to this Hell Vent and duplicate. So I'm basically locking myself into duplicating here, which means that if I don't see multi-strike, I don't get to go to the steel shop and go look for it, or if I do, I'm losing a bit of value anyway. So it's better to just say I'll live on 1 Husk Hermit for now, I feel, and I will play... I mean, how expensive is this deck? A little bit, but it's also a bunch of cards that I don't care about playing, like Primitive Molds and Restores. Restore kind of, but like, I think it's draw. Also, if I take draw, I can use Votive Key plus Encased Ember to be a budget energy relic. Plus 5, I guess, really. Am I feeling good today? I am not feeling good today. I think I do want that Burnout one, though. I think that the ideal is Burnout 1 multi-strike, so I will do so. Could have played Animus of Will as well, but I think that it's better to play it this way. Now, Intrinsic Stone is here. And the problem with that is that if I play 2 of these Husk Hermits, Intrinsic Stone only hits 1 of them, but I guess the one that it hits will be endless. So I can have one that's like a... Oh, I just picked a rage line into Chase Seraph, by the way. I think it's actually fine. It's just a little bit grody. I also have this cultivating thing going on, so I don't know. Where was I? Yeah, I could do the intrinsic and then just hit it on 1, and then the other one is endless, because I'm going to make the Sentient endless. I actually think it's not that bad. Because you can go intrinsic on the turn 1, and you put it on the first guy, you put the endless on the Sentient, then the second guy gets endless from the Votive Key, and it's okay. Spellshield 2 stops my Glimmer from killing a 2 health 9/2, and that is it. That's not very bad, I don't feel. It's been a while since I have done this much talking, I gotta say. I gotta get back to it. Now, the first wave is basically always going to get past us, I fear. until I get 2 of these with multi-strike, especially if it's a 150. You know, it also does stop my stings, I guess I should say. I'm gonna play bottom floor regardless here, because I feel like the best answer is to meet the problem head on. Now, that is going to be a lot of damage. Collector. Collector, though. You know, it should be fine. It should be a free survival here. That was the other reason to play bottom floor, by the way. Alright, Collector. Don't die. It is, like, maybe actually game losing if I miss this. Yeah, what did I expect? I expected exactly that, if you were wondering. That is a shame. I mean, it is actually probably going to just kill me. Truly. It is very bad. I also don't think I have enough burnout. This does a little over 35 right now, so sadly I have to put the train steward here and take the ember drain to get this enemy below 150. Yeah, and then I can maybe survive. I will take 12 here. I am actually just dead. Presently, I am dead with no recourse. The real problem is that I don't have enough burnout, though. Like, there's a lot of things wrong with this run right now, but not enough burnout is a real problem. So, first and foremost here, I have to draw Crushing Demise, and then secondly, I have to win I have to win a 50-50. And I think they don't kill the boss in time either. Yeah, I'm at 2 HP. I didn't hit. Alright, that's good. This run sucks. This run's really bad. If I hit multi-strike, it's no problem. But the problem is if I play top floor, I just have no scaling at all. So I die. Yeah. I mean, I have scaling, but it's way too slow. Single Husk Hermit scaling on strike is not fast enough. So, that run sucked. I think that this clan combo is generally not very good, though. Just Awoken melting is not great. So, you know, there's just not a lot of synergy here. I'm gonna play faster now. Wingsteel and I are no longer on speaking terms. I also don't play Explosive Sentient anymore. I don't do either of those things. Yeah, I didn't see any Razor Sharp, so I had to turn elsewhere, but Cultivating Sentient doesn't scale fast enough, I fear. Invasion Trial doesn't scare me much. Cultivating Sentient on her own does not scale fast enough. You need something else, but my something else was also too slow. You don't hit 150 in time anyway. And that is the problem. This run will be better. I mean, I'm not going to do a whole lot different. I could have, with Hollowed Halls, maybe I could have done something, but like Votive Key gets in the way and is gross. Not an easy run to find a victory line in, I feel. I'm sure there's something you could do there. Probably, I mean, with hindsight, it's probably go to the magic shop and find something, but I don't really know what. Or, with hindsight, maybe it's just play Animus a little, but I still feel like you lose in Relentless. I'm taking damage to Pyre because I need to take the ones on the Sentient to actually beat this boss, if you're wondering. Pull him to the front. This is neutral. The Clergyman dealing ones add 1 HP. So they just add to the fight. They just give more stats to my 4. Maybe I didn't need to take so much damage. I mean, I wasn't like letting a lot of them live, to be fair. I think I let 1 or 2 go. Yeah, I'm clicking Razor Sharp Edge this time. I still don't want to play Draft. You don't, you know, it's probably fine. You have Primitive Mold. It's probably fine. I don't want to miss multi-strike. Yeah. Multi-strike in here, maybe? No? Alright, monster train. I get it. You play the same shit, I guess. Husk Hermit. This time I can roll the shop and find multi-strike, though. Yeah, wow. Now, if I infuse him with draft, it's probably not the worst. I'd like to wait, though. It's a little early to jump the gun there. I'm not gonna take any pack shards at the start of the game. I mean, I'm just gonna play the same run but hit multi-strike instead of miss multi-strike if Monster Train wants to give me that. I have no problem playing the exact same line, but this time with a multi-strike, because with a multi-strike I think it works no problem. And a razor sharp edge? I mean, it's the same line, just better. That's what it comes down to. And as is often the case at this point in my Monster Train times, I don't really spend time talking about like, oh, I mean, I am past the point where I talk about this game from the perspective of, oh yeah, well I just missed multi-strike. At this point it's an acceptable fact where it's like, oh yeah, I lost this one because I didn't hit multi-strike and the line I picked needed multi-strike. You can win every run. Dusk proved that. He won 100 runs in a row. And there's always going to be a line there, but I'm not always going to find it. I don't want to play Wickless Tycoon here just to get some money, but I don't think that's very good. And I think I should have enough damage scaling for Talos, so I don't need to do anything wacky at the Hellvent. Field Marker is probably best. Jackstrips kills too many enemies. Quick is bad. Battered Shell Infusion is maybe okay. Put it on the Husk Hermit multi-strike body and call it a day. It's okay, it's like what? It feels not that good though, it's probably like 6 to 9 per round. Like it's like a, yeah, I don't think it's good. I'm gonna skip it. Hey, give me Burnout. Yeah. And give me Imp in a Box. Oh. I don't actually think I want this, but it's cool. I mean, you know, I called it. It's cool. You know, at this point in Monster Train, sometimes I see people talk about this game and they get mad about missing multi-strike and they go, yeah, game's bullshit. Something like that. And I mean, you're not wrong. But there is always a line that wins in this game. You just have to be able to find it. You can look back in hindsight and go, oh yeah, if I had thought about this a little more, I have a better idea. Now, if you want to ask me what the line was that I should have played in that last run, I'd have to think about it. I got nothing better to do during this Talos play. Let's think about it. What should I have played in that run? Without seeing multi-strike. I mean, the answer is probably just Animus of Will, if I'm gonna be 100% honest with you in my guessing here. With the hindsight knowledge that I have now, it's probably Animus of Will. And then, I mean, no, like 100% it is. It's Hallowed Hall's Animus of Will. There is actually no doubt in my mind that that is what you're supposed to play there. Now that I have given it a little more thought, I don't want to play any of this shit. I should actually play Draft. No, but he gets in the way of my cultivating. I guess that's good. I'd rather put it on Draft than on Sentient. Yeah, no, I mean, the answer is actually I should have played Animus of Will and Hallowed Halls. But I didn't see those close enough together that it was something that I was thinking about. Or how to put it? Because definitely in that run, you play Animus of Will, you play Hallowed Halls, you win the game. That's everything you need right there. But like, it's not even a you can't know sort of situation, because you totally can. Maybe it's a situation where you go, well, what if I miss? And the what if is, oh, okay, I take this. I guess step one would be to pick Hallowed Halls, really. Am I gonna beat this boss, by the way? I think so. He only does 7s, yeah, and I have enough Burnout. It's fine. I don't think this is a you can't know situation. It's more of like a cover your bases situation. Hey, if there's no multi-strike, I should have Animus of Will just in case, is what you should say to yourself there. And then you do that, and then when you miss multi-strike, you have Animus of Will, and you can go, hey, I have it. Fun to think about a little bit. I think Wax and Spike is very bad. I think Adaptive Mutation is pickable, but I mean, I guess it's good. Because it moves Husk Hermit's health bar lower, which kind of matters, but it stops mattering pretty quickly here. Yeah, I think I can take this. It's probably worthwhile. There's Paraffin Enforcer. And like I said, exact same line, but this time it's a little bit better. Just a touch. It's a touch better. Elvamp before Fell. Like, probably here, here, here. I don't know if this is really worthwhile. Do I need 2 Husk Hermits to kill Fell? Maybe. Probably, because I'm not gonna have a lot of Burnout, I don't think. I think life gets a little bit better if I go right here and make a holdover. I think that's what we're looking for here. Because right now I have no temple, and I do not have a temple for a little while. I'm making stuff free. I actually do want to put +20 consumes on restores. I need to have bulk healing for the sentient. Need my champion to not die. I don't really want to do this. Kind of nice though, I can let him die and then bring him back later. Yeah, it's probably worth it, the permafrost hollow drippings. Spend a lot of my money, but I can probably take this boons actually. We're going cultivating, of course. Now, we're gonna go to this magic shop as well. I really care about Husk Hermit beyond that multi-strike, so finding holdover makes life a lot easier. Taking +6 versus light harnessers is scary. Because I'm probably going to have to play top floor here. I want the money, but I have to be sure. It's 10 pack shards, which is the only reason I'm going to take this. But one of these light harnessers will probably kill me. I think the reason I took this is I'm pretty sure that they can't end up infused here. And so I'm just going to go ahead and Vine Grasp, and I think I should be able to outpace them. And then I can Reform or Stealth. Yeah, I drew Adaptive Mutation, which also works. Make him a 30-17. I think it's actually better to just Adaptive. And Razor Sharp. I will take the money, we're greeding. If the sentient dies, will I lose this fight? I do not need you to ask me questions such as those. I don't even know how you got in here. Who invited you? Answer the question, Howard. Yeah, we did not have an infusion. I was correct about that. I think I do want Draft in the pool here. I mostly just need to get my Husk Hermit back up now in health, because he will just get smoked if I am not careful. 52 times 2 is probably enough for me to start letting the regen try to work here. No, don't do that. Just get a little bit of stealth. We get a touch of stealth in here. Just enough to, like, dodging those 2 rounds and getting back to full health should be plenty. I get a cultivate every round if I want it as well, free of charge. I mean, there's a little charge, to be fair. There's no universe where this Relentless takes more than 7 rounds. 6 rounds, I guess, here, but, you know. It just cannot happen. Mathematically impossible. Nice, good fight. The fight was a little scary, but that adaptive mutation made it less scary. I didn't think about it, but it did put us in range there. Blow and snare. Shard channeler, by the way. I'm not picking Mortal Entrapment. Do I want to pick Votivary? No, because I'm inevitably gonna fuck up playing that card. It's just going to happen. I'm gonna like take a Revenge or something, or a Cultivate, and I'm gonna go, man, that sucks. If it's Crystal Cloak, we FF. That's the game plan. If Crystal Cloak, we just lose, I end the episode, and I probably go record another. I drank a coffee at like 6 p.m. at the airport, so I am planning on recording a little more after this. I'm probably gonna go finish Haiku the Robot, and then I'll probably come back and play a few more Monster Trains. I don't really need Awoken's Rail Spike. I kind of want to pick Wax and Spike, but the problem is the Sentient exists and she will die from this, and it's not good. And Spike of the Stygian, it's like, I kind of want to pick this and then put 5 Frostbite on the Sentient for cultivating, but I don't think it's worth it when we have 2 razor sharp edges. Remember when I skipped Votivary and then saw Waxer Snuffer right after? I remember that. It's probably, I mean, it's definitely Emblem of the Exiles. Plus 5 HP per round is good. Light Skift is terrible here. Waxer Snuffer is an option, but I have to get hit. Much like Light Skift, I have to get hit for my scaling plan to actually work. And those make me not get hit. Doesn't really work. Permafrost. Probably not. Looking for holdover. I'm not really surprised that I didn't see holdover. Double stack is passable at least. I can't complain. As much as I like to complain, I can't complain about this run because it did show me a multi-strike at the start. So I'm not in a position of power here over Monster Train. I'm skipping the Spikes trial. I trust you don't need me to tell you why. My life here is dedicated to razor sharpening is fine. Am I gonna roll the dice on Whiplash here? Yeah, I think I need to. I really don't want to take damage here. The dice roll was unsuccessful and the adaptive mutation is not great here. However, there is no silver lining, it just sucks. It is just not good. Keep the reform pool clear, we send in the draft next time maybe. The upside is that it's not a lost position. I didn't play that like, oh yeah, well if I miss here I just die. And that is fine. Oh, he healed out of it, I see. He like got enough armor to live and then live through the second hit. I getcha. And now I'm just using primitive mold as some free scaling right now while I have the time. I'm not in a rush. It's a little bit of free stats, but probably now I just play Hollow Dripping or Burnout. Yeah, you may as well. It is Sweet Boss, I do know that. I am aware. I have nothing else to add, I just wanted to let you know that I knew. That you knew. In case you didn't know that I knew, that you knew. You know? I'm feeling a little tired. I just get real tired when I talk for long times like this. It is just how it is, I suppose. I gotta build up that fortitude, man. I'm not sleepy, I'm just like my voice is tired. I guess to be fair, this is gonna be like an hour-long episode. Monster Train really dished up a piece of shit run to get me back in the swing of things here. A real stinker, because even the line that I'm gonna play to victory here is not that exciting. That's my real problem with this. This line isn't very cool. I'm just gonna make big sweepers. This is no Alpha Fiend. There's nothing new under the sun in Monster Train though, I feel. I gotta build my own narrative up. I don't know how, I don't really have a plan. I gotta let a narrative form in my mind. Hot Shark is hot. Alpha Fiend makes me angry. That's the narrative. That's everything. I'm not taking Value Stone. I should open my eyes here. Okay, it's all temples. I mean, I knew, in my heart of hearts, I knew it had to be, but I guess it didn't have to be. This could have been a 3-temple run, but those are pretty rare. Alright, so I kind of just want to jump right into the fray on this fight, and I will. The reason for that is that just jumping into the fray does not set me very far behind, holy moly. Because the first wave is free. And should my Relentless start to go poorly, well, you know, I can reform. Good to leave yourself the primitive mold outs in runs like this. Leave yourself the, oh man, everything went to shit. I guess I don't lose now, at least, because of primitive mold. Yeah, I actually feel like it's right for me to greed. As long as I'm seeing X's, I should probably wait on this unit and let him reform another time and give him a little more burnout. Although 10 burnout is a lot. Burnout is a lot. Yeah, 10 burnout's enough, actually. You just let the rage get rolling. And then our Relentless is fine because I have Adaptive Mutation. I knew about Adaptive Mutation. This is not a happy accident. Primitive Mold opens up this line pretty well for us in a way Drag could never, though. Yeah, I think I'll just take the free pop up to 143 HP here. But playing this line, it would be a lot more dangerous without Primitive Mold, because if you have your unit die, it's just over. You do not win. If Huskarbit dies without Primitive Mold, it's like that is a checkmate. That's a do not pass go. Yeah. It's a big rage number, and it's not into Chase Seraph. Feels a little bit cheap in my mind sometimes, the way that I just like lose a run and then re-roll into a better run for the video, but I don't know, man. I've also played like 700 episodes of this game on the channel, so at this point I feel like you're probably in it for the long haul. I'm not picking Quick Tome, you can't trick me. I'm not gonna look because I don't really feel like it. I'm just gonna click draw. That's a pick that I make on instinct only. I'm gonna find a holdover. This game will not stop me from finding one. Draft, thank you for your service. I think I want to cut one Molten Encasement and leave one. It's good to have these cards. Now, this is where I'm lazy and a better player. Like, you could sit down and you could really think that through. Because you could think about all the fights that you could see in the next few rings, and you could think about how good having Stealth Tomb is in those fights versus how good it is to just get rid of. But, like, I don't care enough at this point. I should take 10 at one and then 25 at the other. This is an easy 10 to take, I guess. You just go for the health. And these are all 1 costs. I don't need value stone. Alright, give me my champion path upgrade. I'm gonna try and speed up a little bit. Trial should be fine. We will play on a higher floor here. I am not afraid. I'm a little bit afraid. That's a lie. Now, I know I said I was going to play on a higher floor here, but we could just hop right in. It does feel a little bit bad, but it gives me time to like sting this enemy down. It gives me time to bring him a little bit lower, although I guess I don't need to. Grippings is very good. I don't need to. This enemy, I mean, higher attack power. It does kill this guy in 1 hit. On turn 2, after striking, we are just killing everything. So it becomes an issue of the sentient. Why did I not root this enemy up here? Riddle me this, Batman. What the fuck am I thinking? I should just try to lock this guy down up here. It's just a problem of, does my sentient run out of health? Really? On these waves? The answer is yeah, but someone took adaptive mutations, so we're okay. It is going to be hilarious if this enemy never hits my fire. This is where I like to drop a molten encasement also. I mean, I guess it's just 3 free attack when you look at it. Alright, and then part of the plan here as well is, of course, in an unsurprising twist of fate, I am just going to bring the sentient back to tank these rounds. Yeah. I never had this kill, but it's good to dream. Yeah. It was a nice dream I had to kill it, stop that enemy from hitting my fire. I am awake now. Yeah. I just, you know, when I come back to a card game, this happens to me with all of them. When I come back to one of these games after a long break, I just have to like, because I know what this shit does. But I still have to sit here and look at it for a minute and really process what it is that I want to do. I think that's partially because I'm also a little tired and hungry. But I didn't expect this run to go long. I never do anymore. This is not good, right? Remnant host? Definitely not. Spikes and Spike, I mean, it does have a case. What about resin removal? I said I was gonna speed up. I'm gonna speed up. No, I mean, I'm gonna speed up, I say. I got everything I want out of the magic shops, so let's go check out a steel shop. I would love Burnout 1 and multi-strike here. Burnout 1 is good. A multi-strike. Battlestone is not good, but plus 10 takes away from adaptation. Not by a lot, I guess. It's fine. It's fine, that's alright. Now I do have Heaven's Gold, so I will be a little bit conservative. I also need to take enough pack shards here. Do not forget, I am tired, it could happen. Value stone a primitive mold? That feels terrible. That feels really bad. Alright. I'm gonna purge stone a primitive mold as well. Alright. I could have duplicated something, I guess. What could I have done? I mean, I guess I didn't actually infuse any of these. I could have done, like, restore. Is this 5 though? Yeah. Doesn't seem very good. Sorry, I almost made it through my first episode back without bumping my mic. I am going to duplicate Razor Sharp Edge. It's Sap Sarah. Okay, I'm awake, I'm awake. I'm sitting up, I'm awake. I'm gonna take Precious Plating, 40 more HP. I'm not gonna take Hammered Chest Plates. Channel Heart is worthwhile. I don't want to remove any of this. Let's just go. I'm happy at 95 attack. Heaven's Gold used to just win combats for you. Back in the day, I remember. This was like, oh, an enemy lived. Oh well. Too bad for the enemy. Won't play the Consume Restores. Seraph acts as a nice little strike target as well for our rage. All very nice. I think this enemy is gonna be a problem. I'm throwing my Vine Grasps out. I'm doing what I can to scale, but let's see, do I do 210 here? I do not. I might actually reach it if I just ping myself a little bit. I do reach it, how cool. Well, maybe it was gonna be, I could do more damage because of... Or I thought his health was actually lower here. But no, I actually had to take it all the way up. I thought that maybe I would be able to interrupt the armor or something. I don't, you know, now that I think about it, that doesn't make any sense. Now that I'm really thinking about it, that makes no goddamn sense. I have no idea why I thought that. Now, this run is going to turn out to be a position where I am extremely grateful for Adaptive Mutation because it gives me my Relentless Wind condition, which is to Adaptive Mutation the front Husk Hermit after the Sentient dies. Yeah, or you could just live Sentient. 700 damage to Seraph does look pretty good. Quick Tome actually had some merit here because I could put it on right now. It would be decent. Counting. It's 65, right? Is that what I'm counting here? 15, 45, it is 65, yeah. It should be fine. You put a 199 HP frontliner in here. Could probably do something here with like Light Wings and Flying Grass. No, I don't think so. I've said multiple times I'm gonna try to play faster, but like man oh man, it's not easy. You'll just have to take my word for it. What I could do also is I could just start playing Molten Encasements and let the Sentient go. But the perma-scaling cultivates is nice with the reforms. I missed one of those things. I apologize. It hit me. I'll just say it. I'm a little tired. I'm gonna like walk around after this one and try to get some more stuff recorded. Oh, First Look should be returning, by the way. That was the other thing I wanted to say in the intro. I'm gonna try and get back to First Looking things. I enjoyed that series greatly, and I mean you guys did too from what I could tell. Some of those videos really popped off, so I will bring that back shortly. I'm gonna go ahead and press enter now, just to be safe. The Divinity will be probably fine. I think that my Husk Hermits are not gonna heal enough to live. I have to be careful. I guess one of them will get all the cultivates and one of them will get adaptive mutated. So it should be okay. Alternatively, it would be nice. I could maybe play mid floor, but I cannot here. I could play bottom floor. I don't hate it actually. And I think I pace these enemies. I'm gonna slap bottom floor here. I'm gonna play Vine Grasp on a higher floor. I just don't want to play into the sweep, you know? I think it's pretty rough for me. So we just drop ourselves right into the front lines here. This guy's gonna have more rage, the one up front. So I will plan accordingly here with my adaptive mutation. And the idea is he gets enough rage. The sentient buys us time, right? Step one is, oh my god, I did not draw hollow drippings. That is unfortunate. I did draw a whiplash though, so it's not so bad. So our brother up front here, he's going to draw the attention. He's going to tank for us. And I wanted to do it this way because I think that if I don't, I would actually not be able to catch up here. I think I would always have one of the Husk Hermits die. Now, ironically, one of the Husk Hermits died anyway, despite my best. Despite all of this thinking. Despite all of my thoughting and planning, one of my brothers here did pass away. However, it's okay. I think I killed the sentient here. Oh no, I didn't. This was 30. I take it back. No, I didn't. Anyway, we lose the run here, but in actuality, we are chilling. Yeah. Rage Adaptive Mutation. You've never seen that one before? A little Rage Adaptive Mutation moment for you. When you play that card I played, Adaptive Mutation, it takes your current attack and swaps that with your health. So when you swap your current attack with your health, you get 344. You can see the numbers shift a little bit where you may expect them not to with this information, and that is because it does also factor in the base numbers, so you're getting your base attack decreased because your base attack was higher thanks to cultivating. It's a cool interaction. I should have explained it in the Seraph fight so I could walk you through it a little more in depth here. Bottom floor feels like it was the correct play. I think also you could play top floor. I think you could play anywhere and win that combat. Anyway. It was about an hour. Not a very nice return, Monster Train. Kinda shitty, but I'm not here to judge. You are the video game after all. I am your humble servant, Monster Train. Alright, I'm gonna go, like, touch grass or something and wake up and try to get another episode in me. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to leave me a like. Subscribe if you want to see more. I will see you in the next one. Have a good one.